Okay, it's time for another little life update and where I'm at and what is going on. So I've been, some of you will have noticed, doing some more strength training, some strongman training, and the main focus of that has been because I enjoy it, because it's fun. I really get a lot of positive vibes from pushing my numbers up and focusing on getting stronger. I think it's much more measurable than bodybuilding training, where obviously I can actually physically see the numbers going up. I think for me that's a big positive thing in terms of keeping me motivated for my training. So that's been the main focus, and obviously I'm still pursuing this 1,000-pound deadlift next year. So my aim was to get to a 400 deadlift without a suit by the end of this year, and I think I'm well on track for that. I've got a new deadlift suit which I'm hoping will give me 30 to 40 kilos once I get used to it and get practiced in it. There's no reason why it can't, because I know some of the other guys are getting 50 kilos out of them. So I feel like if I can get a raw with straps 400 kilo deadlift, even if that gets me up around the 430 mark, I've only got about another 24 kilos to get at some point next year. I'm hoping to do the 1,000-pound deadlift at a show, and obviously the choice would probably be the World Deadlift Championships, to get a number on the books officially in competition. But that's not essential to me. Obviously my goals are just based around what I want to do and myself, so even if I did it in the gym it wouldn't worry me too much. It's just a personal goal, so it doesn't matter whether I do it at a competition in front of a crowd or do it at home in my gym. So that's still the goal, but probably the aim is to do it at the World Deadlift Championships at that point next year, wherever that is. If it's in Vegas again, obviously it'd be a great platform to do it, and then I can jump on the commentary team for all the events after that. So that's the goal in terms of that. Now obviously I've been doing some strongman stuff, and a lot of people are speculating about a comeback, if I'm going to do masters, if they're going to do a Giants Live Legends comp, which I know Loz has talked a bit about a few times, thinks it would be cool. If they did a Giants Live Legends comp, I'd probably be up for it, just because I think it'd be fun to compete with some guys that I've been friends with for years, and catch up with them and put on a bit of a show for a crowd. But the masters thing, if I'm totally honest, and I don't mean this to sound disrespectful to anyone that does masters, we're all our own people, and obviously what motivates each of us is very different. I don't feel like the motivation would be there for me to do a master show. Potentially the World Masters would, but the problem with that is obviously I've already done that and won it once, so I feel like that's ticked off. So it's kind of like I've already been the best over 40-year-old in the world. So do I need to revisit that? I don't know. And I need something, if I'm going to compete again or do something like that, I need something that's really going to light a fire under me. So the Masters is probably off the table, unless obviously I'm in shape and I'm just in a position to just jump in and do a quick prep and do it. Like I said, I need something big to motivate me, something that's a real challenge. Like I found with the bodybuilding, it was a really good challenge for me because it was something that I wasn't sure I could do, and it was something that most other people wouldn't have expected me to be able to do. So I had the added motivation of obviously trying to prove people wrong, prove to myself that I can do it, and yeah, it was a big challenge for me, so that really motivated me. I need things that are really gonna get me going and get me excited. So As far as the competitions go, now I'll probably change my tune a little bit. I'm not going to sit there and say I'm definitely not going to compete again. Never say never and all that stuff. But as it stands at the moment, I'm just taking every week as it comes, and just focusing on that deadlift. Now, if things keep progressing as they are, and I get myself in a position where I could do a show that excites me, then I would. And I'll be honest, I suppose from a competitive point of view, and this isn't the goal, but something that would motivate me is my son being able to see me compete now. He's older. He saw me compete, but he was so young at the time. He doesn't really remember it. So having him see me compete live, my parents, my girlfriend Pernilla obviously didn't know me as a strongman. But you know, she's obviously been experienced in the world of strongman and seen some old videos of me competing and things like that. And I think it would be great to have all the most important people in the world to me see me compete one last time. So like I said, it's not off the table, but it's not a main focus at the moment. If I got in a position where I could do it, I probably would. That being said, like I said, that I need something that's going to motivate me, and the deadlift's enough to do that at the moment. And I just feel like the obvious choice for me, if I was to come back for one last time, would be to do something fairly local. So I'm close to London, so then that limits the options. Obviously, if my parents are going to come, they're a bit older now. Not old, but you know, I would want to make it as easy as possible for them. If Zach's going to come along, obviously same thing. So the obvious choice would be the Royal Albert Hall, and obviously what an iconic venue and everything else. So I think that if I was to compete again, that would be the obvious choice for me. Now, I'm not saying it's even possible. I'm not saying that I could ever get in a position to do it, but if I was able to, then that would be the choice. So yeah, that's where we're at the moment in terms of my training and my competing. I'm just focused on this deadlift. I really want to do the 1,000 pounds. I know there was a number of times in my strongman career I was strong enough to do 1,000 pounds. I just never actually put it on the platform. So, you know, it's just a case of sort of peaking right, getting it right, and doing it. And I feel like I'm kind of on track for it. We're in, what, end of October now. I've got 2 months to hit the 400 without a suit, which I'm pretty sure I'll be able to do. Deadlifting's been going really well. Squatting's been going well as well, actually. It's been progressing nicely, so that's another thing that I've added to my list of goals, to do an 800 pound safety bar squat. It'll only be a box squat because my knees are a bit rough these days, but an 800 pound box squat on a safety bar would be another goal that I'm aiming for, and I'm hoping to do that by the end of the year as well. So those are 2 goals that I've got, like short-term goals, and obviously the main big goal is to hit the 1,000 pound deadlift. So I've been obviously working hard on my app, getting that up and running, and really focused on getting that right. Still a few tweaks I need to make it even better, which I am sort of working through. There's things that I can improve on with it to make it even better, but I'm very happy with the amount of content on there, the amount of educational information. There's a lot of information obviously can help you progress, and then you have the training plan, diet plan to follow, the community group. So I do feel like the app's a very useful tool for people that perhaps can't afford full coaching or don't want it for whatever reason. You know, some people don't like someone being on their case and things like that. I'm kind of a bit like that myself. Even with coaching, I just want my plan, I want my diet, and I'll talk to my coach when I've got a problem. I don't like it when a coach is smothering me too much. I just want to be left alone to get on with it. So obviously we're all different. Some people really need to be nurtured. Some people just want to be left alone to just knuckle down and get the work done. So for people like that just want to knuckle down and get the work done, the app's an ideal choice. But I am in a position now where life's pretty settled. A lot of my busy time's out the way. The app's all up and running. A few tweaks, which is not a major amount of work. So I am now in a position where I'm going to be opening my books up for online coaching again. So I have had them closed for a few months now, just because I was in a position where I didn't want to increase my numbers, and yeah, I just needed to sort of get on top of my own life for a little while, which I've managed to do. So I'm going to be reopening the books on that, and also I am, as a celebration of that, doing a competition where basically there's going to be a section on the app where you can choose that you want to enter the competition. You need to fill out what the motivation is for you to train and to get on the journey with me, and in turn I will pick the best motivation, the person that's got the sort of best motivation and the biggest reason, they will win 4 months coaching with myself. And I'm also doing 5 runners up that will get a £200 voucher from myself, and obviously that will go off their coaching costs, so they'll get some free time on the coaching as well. But obviously you don't have to commit to that if you didn't want to. So by all means, I'm happy to sort of, yeah, just get as many entries as possible, and I want to hear like the whole story of like why you're doing this. And it doesn't have to be strength related, it doesn't have to be getting in shape related, it can be anything, whether it's health. You know, like one of my big motivations was because I wanted to be able to function on a day-to-day basis, so I could be a better dad with my son when it comes to doing stuff together. Because when I was 190 kilos, it wasn't easy to go out and sort of run around with him. So obviously that for me was a massive motivation to get in a bit better shape and get a bit healthier. So like I said, I kind of want to hear the full story of why you're doing it, and yeah, I will pick the one that I feel is the most inspirational when it comes to the end goal of hitting their target. So yeah, if you're interested in entering into that, obviously you're more than welcome to join in. If you don't win, there's no commitment to sign up, nothing like that. So head over to www.terryhollandscoaching.com and fill out the form. Like I said, there's a little box where you can change it so that it's I know that you're a competition entry, and obviously, yeah, the more the merrier. I want to hear some good stories of why people are motivated to change their life around. So yeah, I mean, basically that's about where we're at. I've got commentary with official Strongman on the weekend. I am up at FitX on Sunday, the 3rd of November, to commentate Masters, Britain's Strongest Man. Get to see my good mate Mark Felix compete again, and yeah, really looking forward to that. After that, things start to wind down a bit for me. Obviously we've got a couple of big shows left for the guys, but not ones that I'm involved in. So for me, yeah, I'm at a point where my year's almost done in terms of work from that side of things. I'm heading over to Norway in a couple of weeks to go and visit Pernilla's family, which should be fun, and get to obviously go see the sights of Norway. So I'm looking forward to that. And obviously then we've got Christmas coming up. So yeah, as always, any questions about anything, drop them in the comments. Even if it's not related to this video, I'm always happy to try and help people And like I said, I have got the two options when it comes to coaching: full coaching, which obviously that's what the competition entries would get. It's personalized training plan, personalized meal plan, messaging 24/7 pretty much, apart from when I'm sleeping, video reviews, weekly check-ins, the full works. Obviously that's the option that's for if you want to be held very accountable. And then obviously I've got my app, which is thstrong.com, and that is obviously a little bit more hands-off from my side, but there's still a ton of information on there, great training programs which I've written all myself, meal plans, and you can obviously track your progress. The educational videos are very useful as well. There's so much information on there, so if you like things a bit more hands-off or feel that you haven't got the budget for online coaching, there is a second option, which is that. So that's pretty much where everything's at the moment. Like I said, I'm just focusing on getting stronger. I had a good final week of my first block of strength training. I've got a deload week next week, and then we go through it again. And then hopefully I kind of just go through the same process with the weights increased a little bit. I've got a couple of targets for the end of that. The end of that block hopefully will end with a 365 deadlift for sets of 2, and the squat hopefully will be somewhere around 340 for doubles. So that's a couple of goals I've got. A 282 front squat, which I've been doing on a safety bar. So yeah, those are 3 goals that I want to hit in my next phase through this strength training cycle. And then by the end of the year, we sort of peak into the last bit of the year and attack those big numbers that I want to get. So yeah, anyway, that's pretty much where I'm at. Hopefully that didn't bore you too much. Like I said, any questions, drop them in the comments, and any suggestions on any videos you'd like me to make in the future, let me know. I have written the scripts for how I set out my blocks. I did a video about how I sort of split my week up, my favorite workout split. If anyone wants to watch that, it's on my channel. And then I'm doing the follow-up of that is then how I periodize it into blocks, which hopefully will help you. You know, if you don't want the coaching, you don't want to use the app, you want to do it on your own and sort of understand your own body and learn, I'm all for that. But that should help you, you know, with some ideas, some food for thought for yourself to move forward. So that's the plan for the next video. And then after that, I do have another one in the pipeline, which is sort of talking about nootropics and how beneficial they can be for performance, which I've been sort of experimenting with and feeling like I'm in a position now, having sort of gone through the process myself of trialing them and seeing what happened. I'm in a position where I can sort of talk about it from my own experience. So that will be the next one after that in the pipeline. But any more ideas anyone has, stuff they'd like me to talk about, let me know, and I'll get them done. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Catch you soon.